Go pick those ones.
Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything means nothing if I ain't got you, yeah. Some people search for a fountain, promises forever young.
Pressure on. What's Under Pressure all about?
Yeah, so we are exterior cleaning specialists. So we've been in business for 26 years. We live here in town. Our business is located here in Hopkinton. We're excited to be a part of Family Day. I joined the committee this year as well, just trying to help out. So it's a good day. This town's been really good to me over the years. I've been in town for 12 years. It's been good to me. It's an easy thing for me to do to give back, and the kids love this. We set up a spray booth, and the kids all have targets, and they spray all the little targets. So it's a fun day all around. So.
Excellent. And you're giving out prizes?
Yeah, little prizes, and sometimes just the joy of spraying water, right? Sometimes. So it's been a really good day. So we're happy to be here for sure.
All right. Is this your first time at Hopkinton Day?
No, this is our fourth time actually. Yeah, that's fourth time out. We love it. It's good for us, good for branding, good for being a part of the community. So we're happy, like I said, to be a part of it. Yeah.
If people want more information about Under Pressure, where can they find you?
Yeah, sure. You can visit us at our website, which is underpressurewash.com, or you can reach us at 508-944-6644.
Everyone's dancing their troubles away. Come join the party, see how we play. Yeah, jumbo, jumbo, wait to party, oh, we going. Hey, jumbo, la, jumbo, lite, sente maya. Hey, jumbo, jumbo. We're gonna have a party, yeah. All night long, all night, all night, all night long, all night, all night.
Yeah, well, I grew up in a small town, Hopkinton, New Hampshire. In fact, I came from Massachusetts, like, in Florida. And then, yeah, then got out to college.
Another spectacular Hopkinton Day. Looks like there was a big turnout today. How did everything go?
Oh, very well. We were just talking. I was just talking with my wife, who happens to be the president of the Friends of Hopkinton. Yeah, earlier when it started, we didn't see a lot of people when it started too, but right after around 3 o'clock it filled in. And at this point, the fireworks will be coming up. So this whole area behind me will be pretty chock full with people waiting for the fireworks. But yeah, huge thank you to our sponsors who allow us to put this event on. And the organizations, I'm going to say there were about 30 nonprofit groups that joined us today, just fill in the time, have the kids do a lot of activities. So yeah, very pleased. The weather was great, and yeah, I can't thank everybody enough who helped out.
That's terrific. And who we got doing the fireworks?
It's a group that was called Atlas. Atlas, they changed. It's a different group now, so I'm not sure the new fireworks folks. But Atlas are the same folks that do the Channel 5. Pop goes the 4th of July. Channel 5 covers those fireworks in July, and it was the same folks that do that event do this event here. So.
Excellent. And I know it takes a lot of volunteers and help to get to keep this event going. Someone wants to get involved with helping out or find out more about Friends of Hopkinton, where could they go?
Yeah, they could go to our website, friendsofhopkinton.org. There's about 20 members in the group now, and just know that we meet all year round, even July and August we meet, so it's all year long. It's about 75 hours, I'm going to say roughly about 75 hours to plan everything, and then it's all over in 7 hours. So, but it's well worth it. We're pleased with the turnout, and everything is going smoothly. We're getting excited for the fireworks.
All right. Well, you guys do a great job at bringing the community together with these great events, so thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much.